Welcome everyone to episode 28 of Everything Entertainment with Gooch and Trio. I'm Trio.
And I'm Gooch. Trio.
How's your week, Gooch?
Good.
It was good?
Pretty eventful.
Anything crazy?
Drinking.
Same here. Just hanging out. Friends back from school. Just another nice week in Delco.
Sucks you're not on spring break.
I know. I don't even want to talk about it. I go on spring break when everyone gets back. So that's going to be fun. But anyways, we'll get right down to business here. We got a good bit of stuff this week.
Yeah, a lot of different stuff this week.
We will start off with the Academy Awards.
Yeah, so the 88th Oscars were held last Sunday. Chris Rock hosted. Did you watch? I know you didn't watch.
I didn't watch a total.
Chris Rock, literally you know how there was that whole protest.
Oscar so white thing. Yeah.
So of course Chris Rock.
That was his number one.
Literally,
thing,
it's all he did. The whole show was make fun of it. It's pretty funny that how he just
took it and was ran with it.
Yeah, I mean when it came down to it, it's just even Kevin Hart said something about it, when he presented an award. It's not like they're just not including black
or
actors
colored people,
it's just like Will Smith.
People
One of them was
color,
Will Smith in Concussion. He didn't get any. He wasn't up for best actor, which a lot of people were kind of pissed about. He was pissed about it. He wasn't there. Same with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Which I think is I don't know.
And
I
Kevin
think
Hart
that's
was
sour.
This is what you do. You do your job the best you can, and you get on that list,
black, which is funny.
Yeah,
did you see it?
I'm she's black. I was so how is the Oscars
half the problem is there is some whitewashing still going on in Hollywood.
Course. I mean,
that doesn't help. Academy members don't see all these movies, and it's a touchy situation. I mean, there's only so much you can do to a certain point.
I think it's just overblown. I feel like people are just he did a funny thing, Chris Rock, where he went to a movie theater and interviewed a bunch of black people, and they had no idea what half the movies were. With that were being recognized,
honored.
Yeah, they knew nothing. Mm-hmm. But then it was did you watch Straight Outta Compton? Oh yeah, I did. It was only every single person they were raving about Straight Outta Compton. And he's oh, you hear about The Big Short? And he's what?
What's The Big Short?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I think it was just they went at it at a nice angle, and especially since Chris Rock's black.
Yeah, no, and they even did that before that, and he did that. They had him on before that even all happened. I mean, it's not even just about black people. It's about the whole diversity in race in Hollywood.
I think there should be diversity,
and I totally get it.
But if you don't deserve an award, you shouldn't be up there because you're black.
Oh, I get, and
it's not fair.
Or any type of color. I mean, look at Will Smith. I saw Concussion. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I thought he was good. Would I say it was an Oscar-worthy performance? I don't know. Maybe not. I didn't hate his accent. A lot of people thought it was bad, apparently.
You tell the truth.
You tell the truth. I didn't think it was terrible. I enjoyed the movie. But that is sour grapes to me, as in you're not going to show up just because you didn't get an award.
It's kind of just dude, you've been in the industry long enough. People respect you. You've been in good stuff.
If he was smart, he would. I know you're trying to make a point, and I guess I'm a white dude,
We're
so
both
maybe
white,
maybe I can't say anything, but. I don't know. It's a little bit in bad taste, in my opinion, that he would just not attend just because he didn't put up for an award.
I agree.
And I get the whole movement.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And Chris Rock really did put it. From what I hear, he put a number in on it.
He did. His opening monologue was good.
I was talking to one guy in my class, and he was talking. He was honestly, I didn't really like it. I was why? He was because I felt like he was kind of just demeaning the people who were getting awards. Leo... He made fun of it. And I get it, to the point.
That's what they would have done either way if there was no controversy. They just would have made fun of stuff. That's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, hey. Whatever is whatever.
Yeah, so let's move on with some of the awards. Start with, we're going to go from, pretty much the end down. So Best Picture, Spotlight won this.
Which a lot of people were
That was, really surprising. I'm probably going to read these same movies 1,000 times, but The Big Short was up, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max, March, and Revenant Room. Yeah. Which pretty much is the consistency throughout most of the awards.
All these. I mean, we had a bunch of... We probably won't go through every single one of these, but, I mean, of course, you got Leo winning Best Actor. That's something that everyone's been working for. I got a question. Did you see The Revenant?
No, not full. And Best Revenant, Alejandro Inarritu won Best Director for Revenant.
Isn't that the second time he's won that?
Yeah, he won.
He won Birdman last year?
No, I think Birdman won Best Picture. I don't think he won Best Director
for it. Okay.
Year. Yeah, but, and then Leo won his first Oscar, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he was up against...
Rest in peace, Leo's Oscar, no winning Oscar memes.
Yeah. Like, he was up against Bryan Cranston and Trumbo, Matt Damon for Martian, Fassbender for Jobs, and Eddie Redmayne for The Danish Girl. And it was kind of just like, none of them were, like, above and beyond to the point where, like, I think Leo deserved that award. Out of the list...
I heard Jobs was awesome, though. I want to see it really bad. Apparently, Michael Fassbender, like, really killed it in that. But I feel like at this point Leo's getting an award for his overarching his overarching contributions rather than just The Revenant. Like, Revenant was cool. I thought it was good. I didn't see it on the big screen.
It's a lot of mixed. A lot of people like it, but like a lot of people do have like gripes.
I mean, it's literally you're in that movie for the spectacle of it. Like, you're in for these gigantic vistas and this natural lighting and just that whole art of making that movie. There's no real story. The story's Leo. I mean, Leo, his son gets killed by one of the guys, Tom Hardy, whoever he plays in his hunting party, kills him, and then leaves him for dead. Then he gets attacked.
The bear was in the audience at the Oscars. Literally, there was someone in a bear suit.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I'm kind of surprised they did that.
That's funny.
Like Jonah Hill was wearing the bear thing, like when they at the Golden Globes.
It's so great.
But so Brie Larson won Best Actress for The Room.
Of course, I heard that was really good too.
Yeah, she's up against Kate Blanchett for Carol, Jennifer Lawrence for Joy, Charlotte Rampling for 45 Years, and Saoirse Ronan for Brooklyn. I heard Brooklyn's pretty good.
I heard that too.
I'm so happy Jennifer Lawrence didn't win because I have an issue with Jennifer Lawrence.
In what way?
Because like, number one, that's a David O. Russell film, and like it was Silver Linings Playbook, literally same cast. I hate that. That bothers me.
For what movie? For
Joy.
Joy.
So.
Well, why does that bother you?
I just don't like the fact that he reuses the same cast.
A lot of people do that though. Tarantino does.
Yeah, but he mixes it up to a degree. Like,
I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson's in all his movies for the most part, but like. Look at him in Pulp Fiction and look at him in Django.
Yeah, but Jennifer Lawrence plays a totally different person in Joy than she does in...
But she's still the main character.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just don't...
I just don't think that's an extremely fair gripe, to be honest. Because there's a ton of directors that do that.
I know. Maybe... I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
But like, Tarantino hasn't used... Maybe Samuel L., I think, is the only person who's in, like, the majority of his...
No, it's Samuel L. There's one dude in Django. I don't know them by names. But there's a bunch of people who are in, like, basically every single one of his movies. Like, he's got, like, people who he always has. Kurt Russell is a big one. He likes to put in most of his movies.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson.
But maybe I like it because, like again, like, they're not always, like, the main people. Whereas, like, with David O. Russell, Silver Linings Playbook, and Joy, like, those three are in the same people. Arcing spot. Is what I'm just like, whatever.
And I mean, it is only 2 movies. So we'll see where he goes with this stuff. But
so, Best Actor for Supporting Role, Mark Rylance for The Bridge of Spies. He's pretty much like a nobody.
I heard Bridge of Spies is cool. My dad saw it. He liked it. I mean, if you like Tom Hanks.
Stallone didn't win for Creed. A lot of people were looking out for that.
Sly. My man Sly didn't get in there.
Best Actress, Alicia Vikander for Danish Girl.
She got Best Supporting Actress?
Yes. Okay. Best Original Screenplay, Spotlight.
I still don't get how she wasn't nominated for Ex Machina.
I think the Ex Machina
won. It won special effects, but I still think she should have been.
Best Adapted Screenplay was Big Short. Animated feature was Inside Out. I'm just going to go over cinematography. Revenant. Best production. Mad Max. Let's talk about Mad Max since we're going to get Mad Max won a lot of stuff. What?
The cinematography. The guy for the cinematography for Revenant. He's won like 4 or 5 times, I think, or something.
For different movies.
And it's always Inarritu that he usually does before. He's like really good. Sorry, just wanted to say that.
No, but like we're gonna Mad Max won. Just what I see here. Best production design and film editing. Mad Max won a lot of awards.
Won like 4 or 5, I think, right?
Yeah, but like I wanted to win best film. That would have been awesome because it's so different from everything else that's on those categories.
It would have been cool, but I don't think it definitely deserved. But I wanted it to win. I think that it would have been awesome. That would have been a big battle cry for like. I don't know, nerds, like, you're like, it's Mad Max, like, this is amazing.
Because, like, even Star Wars isn't barely up for anything. I think it won 1 Oscar. Avengers, like, superhero movies are never up for anything. I mean, I feel like they should make a best, like, comic book.
Like, graphic novel adaptation or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, it deserves its own friggin' category.
I mean, dude, there's so many
like
different shows and movies and
because like imagine this year alone, that award can do Deadpool, Civil War, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and Doctor Strange.
Well, no, and the thing is, you
already
can't
have like
even,
a bunch.
They're not. That's not on that level yet. They will never do that.
I know,
at the Oscars.
but like they could.
They could, but I mean, I could see them doing like something with a graphic novel because there's so many different things that are made from graphic novels today, whether they are like literal superheroes or not. I mean, what was the one? Kingsman. That's a comic.
Yeah,
it's not superhero.
Nobody. No, I guarantee.
No, I told my dad that. He's like, "What? It's a comic book?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's where it came from." It is something that I think will start to be more recognized as we go on, and I think they're really just waiting to see if it's a passing fad or not.
Look at The Walking Dead. Look at Game of Thrones. Books, graphic novels, you know.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we got to see where the times go. I think it's about waiting out and seeing if comic book movies are truly the fad that a lot of people think they are. I think they are. I don't think I'm saying as in, like, they're just going to be a passing fad. Oh, like, they're going to go the way of the Westerns, which I really don't think that they're going to, considering they are splitting off into so many different subgenres, like Doctor Strange. We have no idea what that's going to be.
Yeah, so that's our first like actual magic,
like movie. Real different movie, and like even Guardians of the Galaxy, that was like
very different.
Didn't even feel like if you didn't put Marvel's name on that, you wouldn't know that that's a Marvel movie. It's just you think it's some space movie.
So moving on with the awards, best visual effects. We said Ex Machina earlier. Best makeup and hairstyling, Mad Max. Sound mixing and sound editing, Mad Max. Costumes design, Mad Max. Best score. Hateful Eight. The guy who did the score for this is like a 90-year-old Italian dude, and he like waddles up on stage like super slow and gives his speech in like Italian, and he had a translator. I just thought it was funny.
That's awesome.
Best original song, Writings on a Wall, Spectre,
which is so. Are you crazy? That song blows. I'm sorry.
I like it. In the context of the movie, I like it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it should win the award. Compared to like all, I think that was the biggest bullshit award of the night.
I mean, like. Would you like? There was Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey by The Weeknd was in it. He performed.
I almost would have rather him. Like, I just didn't think that song was worthy.
Best documentary was Amy, which is about Amy Winehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Documentary story.
I heard that was honestly really good too. I listened to one podcast they were talking about it on.
Okay, and that's pretty much it.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
I mean, it was pretty good.
Somewhat simple year.
The Oscars never like amaze me to a point.
No.
But I like award shows. Honestly, like I love award shows for some reason. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are like very opposite, where they like hate them.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. It was very. I heard it was very long. It was
like again, like I watched like an hour or half hour of it. Then I watched The Walking Dead, and then I went back to it. And I was switching between Talking Dead and that. So like I missed most of those like small awards, which whatever.
Speaking of The Walking Dead,
yes. Speaking of that,
a new episode last week. Gooch.
Yeah, episode 11. Give us a rundown. So pretty much what happens is episode 10 lets off with Jesus like getting out of his cell, finding Rick,
saying we need to talk.
Yeah, and they talk. Yeah. So pretty much Jesus fills the important people of Alexandria that hey, I'm from another settlement, like. We could trade with you. Like, we're not your enemy. Like, we want to be allies. Like, we could work something out and to better each other. And he says, we're already trading with other communities. And then he goes, it's straight from the comics, he's like, your world's about to get much bigger. And then they say, like one of the volumes is called A Larger World. And that's kind of where they start to introduce the new settlements. They get there. This is the hilltop. This is the first major settlement that's going to be involved in The Walking Dead for a while. Like, Alexandria will be there for a long time. Like, a lot of people will, like, how long, is Alexandria going to be, like, the prison?
Yeah.
It's not. Like, even in the comics, they're at the prison for a long time compared to the show. I mean, they do jump months. Like, they jump, like, half a year from season 3 to 4. But Alexandria's in for the long haul. So they get to Hilltop, and they find out that like Hilltop and Alexandria are so much different. Alexandria, they're kind of they have good towns, like their cities are like well defended.
Yeah.
But like Alexandria they don't have a lot of resources in the way of food, but they have a shit ton of ammo and a shit ton of guns.
Yeah.
Hilltop has 0 guns, like literally none.
Yeah.
They have no ammo,
but they
have
food.
Like they have a lot of food, and they grow food.
Yeah.
And they have like a blacksmith there, and they like the guys like standing at the door have spears, it's kind of interesting to see like them using like that kind of weaponry because they don't have guns. Mm-hmm. Like imagine like not having a gun, like you're more or less screwed in a way if you don't know how to use like a sword or like a melee weapon of some sort. And so Jesus is pretty much like the second in command. We meet Gregory, who is like an older guy who's the leader of the town, kind of an asshole, kind of a dick, and he like. So we, like, Maggie's kind of, like, being the liaison, talking to him, like, trying to feel him out, and they're, like, trying to make an agreement. And then we find out, you know, they for trading. Because, like, they're like, well, we need your food. Well, we need your ammo. I'm like, you know, what can we do? Gregory kind of, like, doesn't want to deal with them. Like, Jesus leads them on to the point where, like, oh, we want to trade. Well, I want to trade, and, like, I think it'd be good, but, like, Gregory doesn't. And he's just kind of like an older guy, like, not that he like hates like other people, but what we don't know, and we get revealed to us, is once they kind of step out, they're there for like a day or two, and they step out of the Hilltop is like on a historical house, like Gregory lives in like a historical house, and they walk out, and he gets stabbed by one of the Hilltop people, and like Rick and like Daryl get tackled. And, like, you know, Jesus is like, whoa, what's going on? Like, you just stabbed our leader. Like, why are you coming after? And it's because they don't want another Negan. Negan is trading with Hilltop. So, what it is Negan... This is the same thing in the comics. Mm-hmm. I won't kill you if you agree to give us half of everything you own. Mm-hmm. We won't touch you. But you have to meet this agreement. And
This is Negan?
Negan...
So, do you see him in this episode? They're talking about him?
They're talking about him. Same thing in the comic. They talk about him for a while before they actually get to
see
him.
Yeah.
So they're like, Negan kills one of the guy's brothers and takes a few other people and, you know, to make a point. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, you have to give us half your shit or you're dead. Yeah. Essentially. And, like, they don't know where he is. They don't know how many people he exactly has. They fill in... You know, the people from Alexandria and Rick actually kills one of the people from Hilltop because he, like, has him dead and he, like, gets distracted and he just stabs him in the neck. And he gets up and he goes, what are you looking at? With, like, blood all over his face to one of these people. I'm like, that was, like, so savage. Like just kills this dude and has, like, he just, like, doesn't care. And he's like, yeah, we're not strangers to confrontation. Like, this is how we usually handle situations, whereas Hilltop is, like, the exact opposite.
Yeah,
they're not in a room to fight. And so they kind of make an agreement. We'll kill Negan for you if you give us, like...
Just some food. Or just
like, more than half your food. Like, they make a big... It's like, you give us, like, everything. And, well, we'll kill Negan for you.
And this is Rick?
This is... Maggie talks to Gregory about it, and then Jesus and Rick kind of, like, come to that decision. What are you going to say?
Nothing. No, that's just interesting. I mean,
and then
it seems like it's getting really into a cool
episode ends. So maybe another episode or two. They're gearing up to go find him.
So we'll see. Yeah, I mean, he already shot his scenes and everything.
Yeah, I mean, second season's probably done, or the second half of the season's done. I think it's cool though that they're good.
Think they're going to release a picture of him before the show, or do you think they're just going to let you?
Absolutely not. They kept it under wraps so much. Like think about it. How long they probably filmed the second half of the season in September-ish?
Probably
like around then, and nothing.
That's true. No leaks have come out.
The pictures that we've seen of, I forget the actor's name on the top of my head.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's the guy in he plays Bruce Wayne or Thomas Wayne too.
Yeah. So like we've only seen him like in like pictures of other stuff. Like we haven't seen him as Negan yet.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm looking forward to it, because when they show him, it's gonna be crazy. I'm really looking forward to it.
Should be interesting. All right. So, moving on, we got 2 new delays for the week.
Yes, 2 delays this week.
First off, we'll just start off with Uncharted 4 got delayed 2 more weeks. I feel like that's in the news freaking every month.
Yeah, so Sean Layden, president and CEO of Sony, made the statement, as you know, Naughty Dog's wrapping up production of Uncharted 4, with the game on track to go gold and into production later this month. Layden said, in an effort to meet considerable worldwide demand and ensure that all gamers worldwide have an opportunity to play our game on day one, we have chosen to postpone the launch of the game by 2 weeks to allow for extra manufacturing time. All right. I guess that is what it is. 2 weeks isn't huge.
I remember Assassin's Creed did that one time. I was like, what? Like, it's 2 weeks?
Did AC do it or did Dragon Age did it too? I don't think they did it with Unity. They did it with...
No, it was Unity.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Unity.
They did it because it was Dragon Age. They did the same thing.
Because it was supposed to come out in October. I remember, like October 31st, but then they delayed it. Like,
yeah, they delayed Dragon Age, kind of like the same thing. So Uncharted 4 has been pushed back multiple times, but this is the first time we've actually had like a solid release date.
Yeah, like it's just saying,
it was
we need
planned
this
for the
extra
end
polish.
of last year, and Naughty Dog will hold open stress tests apparently for the multiplayer this weekend, which I didn't know. But yeah, it is what it is. And then also Mass Effect Andromeda is pegged for early 2017.
We still don't know much about this other than like it's just more exploration than anything. It's supposed to be very Star Trek-y, as in like you're going to explore the unknown.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to.
I am too.
Andromeda, but
I mean, we really don't know much about it.
So there was a conference, and who was it? EA's upper
someone
chief financial officer from EA. It's pretty much we're just like, yeah, we're gonna have Mass Effect come out in 2017. Mm-hmm. Well, like we didn't have a date to begin with, and I'm not really that pissed off about it. Like this is where I don't mind a delay. I don't mind a delay when they haven't said anything solid about the release date. Like again, if you would have asked me when it was coming out, I probably would have said 2017 anyway.
What for Andromeda? Yeah.
Just as
I agree.
As like a guess. Early, I mean, like around like this is when Mass Effect came out. Mass Effect 3 came out around this time, like 4 years ago when it came out.
I mean, delays aren't ever fun, but the only thing, I mean, that means is that they're just trying to make the game better. Because it's a good thing if it gets delayed. Because I don't want an incomplete product.
Yeah.
But, anyways, moving on. We got our first announcement for the Star Wars, or not the first announcement, I guess the more detailed announcement of the first Star Wars Battlefront DLC.
Yeah, which is titled Outer Rim.
So you got Jabba's Palace. What else? No new locations.
Yeah, so
smelting factories along Sullust, Jabba's throne room, and the sail barge garage on Tatooine.
So those are maps. So we're getting 2 maps. All right.
And then
we're getting 2 heroes.
This bothers me. I feel like
we get to play as Greedo and Nia Nub. Greedo is pretty famous. I don't think you need to know who he is, or you should know who Greedo is. But Nia Nub is a rogue squadron pilot who's actually in The Force Awakens as well. He's he's a little mouse guy.
Yeah.
He's like, again, 2 characters that are very minor that like you wouldn't expect to
like,
be
why
put as heroes.
Where is Chewie and where the fuck is Obi-Wan? This is bullshit.
I don't mind it.
I extremely mind it.
I don't mind it in the way of like, I don't know. I just don't care. Like, it is what it is. Like, they're gonna put Chewie and Obi-Wan.
No, I know, but that means we have 2 less heroes of just bullshit cannon fodder. Like, I don't want to play as fucking Nia Nub.
I don't fucking want to play as Nia Nub.
Like, I mean, Greedo's like whatever. Like, maybe if they were like Greedo.
Greedo makes more sense. Nia Nub doesn't.
If they went with like Greedo and Chewie, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. But fucking Nia Nub. I just
it's so funny.
like I know who he is, but like at the same time, I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Ian would disagree with you. Ian's pretty pumped about it, but Ian's again more Star Wars than we are.
And I like to think that I'm a gigantic Star Wars fan, but
I mean, like, I don't know. It is what it is. There's a lot of other DLCs coming out,
and I get it. They probably don't want a lot of lightsaber based like combat people, but like, I don't know. That bothers me.
Yeah. So we're also getting a new game mode called Extraction. Rebel forces have entered some sort of dangerous places in the Outer Rim. Now they must extract valuable of resources. And it's pretty much just, self-explanatory. I don't think it's too crazy. And we also have new weapons. Arm yourself with the Relby V10 rifle and the DT-12 blaster pistol, and collect and equip the scattergun, Deoxys grenade, and adrenaline stim star cards, which is good. One thing I wanted to see from the DLC was more weapons. Mm-hmm. 2 guns is fine. 2
more star cards. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4,
3 star cards, 2 weapons. That's fine.
All right. I'm still pissed about fucking Nia Nub, but I mean,
I think it's coming out in March. There's no date yet.
Moving on, we got a release date finally for No Man's Sky, which is an exploration-based game where that kind of builds upon itself as you explore the universe. If you don't know about this game, I'd be very surprised. Gooch, I'm having trouble pulling up this link. What is the exact date?
It's June 21st for PC and PS4, both digitally and in retail, and it's gonna go for $60.
Dude, I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I thought
it was gonna be cheaper for some reason.
I thought it was too, but apparently, I mean, this looks really cool. I'm interested by this game. I might wait and see how the reviews come out for it before I actually make the purchase. But we'll see how it goes, and I'll give you guys my kind of lowdown, what I think, because I'm the only one here with a PS4.
Wow.
Yep.
I might get it for PC.
Drop the mic. That's right, you do have a PC. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I mean, so you'll be fine.
I can get it if I wanted to.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Isn't it? Don't you think it's interesting that exclusives nowadays going both just like one console and then PC?
Yeah,
because like Quantum Break's did.
A lot of people.
We were talking about that earlier in the week with somebody.
A lot of people like get upset about that. Like they're not real exclusives then. But at the same time, it's like you don't want more people to play this game. The console wars really are kind of stupid.
It's so dumb.
It's just
you and not you. Who's all the console wars? Like some of our friends are so weird about the console wars. Like, oh, this is better on PS4. Like, who cares? I mean, my cousin hates Xbox for some reason. He always like hassles me. Not like seriously, but like he'll
be like, "Shut up!" Yeah. I mean, the way I see it is, I got both consoles. I love them both a lot. I think I honestly like Xbox a little bit more, only because I've had an Xbox for so long. But at the same time,
like apparently PS4's update is just getting like up to. Ian was telling us that they updated like the friends list and stuff.
Yeah.
That, like Xbox has had for like since the beginning.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing. They're all
like PSN sucks essentially.
As in like for like parties and stuff.
It's bad.
I don't like playing multiplayer games on there. I will say that. I don't really like to talk. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. It's not like awful or anything, but you can just tell that Xbox has been doing that kind of stuff for way longer and knows exactly what they're doing. Like their party chats are not as clear as like Xboxes are, like when you're talking to someone. I mean, but that's like, I don't know. I don't care. They're both really good machines. I like being able to play some games on one or the other, and I get certain games depending on if they are getting DLC or something. Like Primal, I got the Mammoth missions or something on there for playing on PS4. Did you hear about that too? Far Cry's the Primal's map is literally like a reskinned Far Cry 4. It's like,
I'm shaking my head right now,
dude. It literally like someone matched up.
No surprise.
And then IGN did this whole video of comparing like the locations, and it's literally like in a lot of spots the same. Like there's a waterfall.
Use the same base.
Well, dude, I mean,
just so they didn't have to. It's
funny. It makes sense because I was like, how are they getting this game out so quick? Because
that's when I saw it announced. I was like,
this is gonna get delayed. I was like, this is gonna get delayed. There's no way.
Far Cry 4 is very under the radar. That game like came out and nobody talked about it.
I mean, I heard good things, but yeah, I agree. It wasn't very like talked about. And even Primal, like I'm enjoying the hell out of that game. I like it a lot. I didn't play Far Cry 4, and I mean, I guess the reskin is kind of a bitch thing to do. But I do see why they did it and how they got the game out so quickly now. It makes a lot of sense, to be honest. But what are you going to do?
Yeah, 2 more video game topics. So, I don't know if you heard. Doom...
Yeah, their whole box art cover...
So, Doom first had a sketch of their box art, and, like, people hated it. Doom...
Like, they thought it was too...
The original Doom is known for that box art with that guy standing on the mound of, like, dead corpses and, like, shooting at the demons. Like, that case is, like, iconic.
Yeah.
So, they kind of were like, alright, we'll reassess our box art, and they're kind of doing something similar with the Marine fighting off hordes of demons, and like, dude, the box art cover looks sick.
It does. It looks really cool now. And then you can reverse it, and there's like a demon skull or something on the other side. It's like
that
black.
Was the original.
Oh,
like that. So I don't know if you can inverse it. I think
you can. No, it's a double-sided one. That's what they said. The new Doom is getting alternate box art that looks way better. Box art snubs. The Hellspawn that features stark satanic imagery. Pentagram on Twitter. One's back and one's front. So they're reversible.
So the original is
the guy it's just the Marine just standing with his gun in front of, and it just says Doom. Did you not see that one?
I thought it was that one, the skull. Oh no!
No. The original one was just the Marine just standing there with his helmet on, and people got all pissed off about that.
Yeah, you're right.
No, the one with the skull and everything is the inverse.
Yeah. I like this cover though; it's cool.
I like it too, both of them. I mean, I think
they did the same thing with BioShock. I think, right?
Yeah.
BioShock had the inverse cover.
Did you hear what they're doing with BioShock? They're making a whole like
collection.
Yeah,
Not surprised.
Think you'd buy it?
Yeah,
I think so too. I never played BioShock 2.
Like when people talk about BioShock, it's like get 1 and Infinite.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah,
I mean, the story's like alright, but it's not like too vital to anything.
Yep. All right, well, that's it for Doom. Moving on here.
One last thing I wanted to mention about. So I think I haven't mentioned to you. There was a fan project going on about remaking Metal Gear Solid 1.
Oh, yeah.
Shadow Moses. So these guys were making it, and they announced on their Facebook, a lot of people were getting behind it, that the project's canceled. So this is the Facebook statement. We have an important announcement to make today. We have to cancel the Shadow Moses project for reasons beyond our control. We would like to thank everyone for tremendous support we've received. And guess who that is? I guarantee. Konami.
Oh, easily. Are
Taking charge is essentially what it is. Like, that's really sad.
It is.
Like they couldn't have endorsed them or been like, show us that you're actually doing something cool. We'll get behind you if you do. Because this is like fan content. And fan content, if you mods. Have you ever heard of Skywind?
No.
So a lot of modders, and they're still working on it, have been trying to remake Morrowind in Skyrim's engine.
Oh, I did actually, I think, hear about that. I mean, dude, they're doing that with like we talked about Knights of the Old Republic. Someone's trying to make that in Unreal 4 engine. Remake it in Unreal 4 engine. Add stuff on.
It's basically a mod, essentially. Yeah. Like, you ever heard of Black Mesa? That's a remake of Half-Life 1. Better graphics fan project. Yeah, that's all it is, and like they don't care.
And I mean,
they're not. They endorse
because
it
as long as they're not selling it for profit, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the game was free.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like Skywind's a free mod. Yeah, like they're the two examples. Like it sucks. It just sucks because it would have been cool to see it.
It really would have. That does suck. I mean, Konami, they're weird. And
they're done. There's no way they're gonna ever put out another game that.
I mean, dude, they don't. The thing is, though, they don't need to.
People will boycott anything they put out. It's pretty much what it is. Like they'll never be able to make another game again without getting shit for it.
All right,
moving on. So
we had the first episode of the second half of the season for Gotham.
Yeah,
got to see Mr. Freeze.
Yep.
Basically starts out. Jim's getting interrogated about what happened with Cobblepot. He lies, says he didn't kill him. They go through the whole.
What's his name?
Gallivan.
I was literally about to say Theon Greyjoy.
Theo Gallivan.
I was literally... That's kind of funny, but the same initials. I was like, no, not Theon Greyjoy.
So, yeah, then he kind of gets off the hook. They capture Penguin, put him in Arkham.
So Penguin pretty much is, like, on the streets, like, at a low. So, like, I kind of see this as, like... This is where Penguin goes under the radar for a long time. And then comes back when Batman's around as the Penguin and resurgence.
They do Mr. Freeze coolness and stuff, but like the thing that is really bothering me about Gotham is that it's a Batman show without Batman. Like we're doing a hero of the week, like we're doing fucking Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Like it doesn't really make any sense that they're doing Mr. Freeze right now. Penguin I can see because like
he's younger, he builds up. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Like Penguin in
But Mr. Freeze, you're doing what Mr. Freeze is. I mean, of course he doesn't have the suit or whatever yet, but like
he's got something of a suit, and the gun and the suit are pretty.
I mean, he doesn't have like his containment suit, I should say.
What's the deal with that? Is he frozen?
Basically,
too?
What happens is like he fell in some vat of chemicals that like messed up his body, and the containment suit he needs to keep his body temperature below a certain temperature. And the suit does that and keeps him alive.
Yeah, so
if he gets too warm, he dies.
So is it Freeze in
Freeze? It's Freeze.
And they're in
how'd
this
they say?
It's Freeze.
Is that what they said? It is Freeze. Yeah, it's Nora Freeze.
But it's not said
like we. I don't think
it's spelled FR. It's spelled Fries. But in this, it's Freeze.
Yeah.
And they, Nora has some sort of cancer. She's going to die.
Yeah, that they can't find a cure for. That's how it is in the comics as well.
Fries is pretty much trying to find a way to cryogenically freeze her and reanimate her. And the problem he's having is reanimating people. So he's freezing people, taking them back to his lab,
trying to reanimate
them.
Dude, but can't successfully.
How gross was it when the
thing started melting? And then it just
he unfreezes a dude and like it works for a little bit, and the guy just like melts.
Yeah, like
it was just like, it was gross. Like that's something I was thinking about. Like you'll never see anything like that on Flash or Arrow.
Yeah,
you'll never see any. That was pretty grotesque.
I mean, it was grotesque, but I don't think that's too bad to show on like Flash or Arrow.
Not that I think it's too bad.
You just don't think they'd ever do it. Yeah.
They don't really do anything too bloody.
But this is really starting to become my gripe. Is just I almost after the season I want
villains to develop a little too quick, and I think Freeze is the only issue, to be honest.
I agree, but at the same time, it's Hugo like Strange, then they're doing Azrael now.
I heard.
Like I don't know. The way I see it is what I want this show to do is after this season, I would love to see them jump 10 years. I don't care. I want to see Bruce. Don't care if he's in the fucking bat suit.
See, he doesn't even have to be Batman yet.
He just has to be like
older Bruce
Wayne. I would
Wayne.
love to see him like a 19-year-old Bruce Wayne that was trained by Alfred, that just goes out with his mask on, with just a mask on, and just tries to beat up criminals and gets the shit kicked out of him. I want to see year one Batman year one in Gotham, because I feel like that's the only way they can go. And if they keep going this way of trying to do these villains that are Batman villains without having Batman,
it
doesn't work. It won't work.
Last.
Yeah,
it's not essentially that it won't work. It can't last.
Yeah, that's
they did a Joker preview, which
and I gotta
cool.
admit they
very
did,
good.
They
very
handled
well
that very
done.
well. Yeah.
They did the mob. Makes sense. They did. Penguin's been our main villain since the beginning of the show, and that makes sense. But they're doing Harvey Dent. Like, they're setting a lot of people up, but like Freeze is the first villain, and Hugo Strange. But we haven't. Again, we see Hugo Strange at the end. He's still like psychiatrist mode, but he's just very weird.
Yeah,
and he's behind Indian Hill.
Yeah.
And we find out that Indian Hill is under Gotham or under Arkham.
Mm-hmm. He talks to Penguin. Has this whole conversation. Penguin gets taken back to his cell. Then he sees one of his cellmates has his eyes taken out.
He came out before him, and like he see no evil, be no evil, or something like that.
What else happened?
It's kind of it. We didn't see Bruce.
No, we didn't see Bruce once. Nora finds all the bodies down Freeze's basement and turns him in.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Victor Freeze is arrested now.
Well, he's not arrested yet. I mean, they haven't found him. He's wanted.
No, he turns himself in.
At the end?
Yeah. You don't remember that? He
part?
walks into this GCPD and is like, I'm the one who's freezing on the body. He's like, all right, get over there with all the other 5 guys who said that. You don't remember that?
Maybe it got cut off on my DVR.
It's not towards the end. Wait, do you see the part where he goes down, Hugo Strange is talking on the recorder?
Yeah.
That's like the last scene. You didn't see that?
Maybe my recording got cut off.
So like the last scene is like Hugo Strange like opens this hidden panel and like takes
maybe there was one more
from Arkham into Indian Hill, and he talks about Penguin, and he talks about like his mother issues, and just like it's like diagnosing him essentially.
I think maybe I thought the episode was over and pressed stop. I don't know.
Yeah, and then he goes into Indian Hill, and that's kind of it.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And they talk about Firefly for like a second.
All right.
That's pretty much it. But
Moving on.
It was all right. Episode was okay.
Moving on to the other side of the pond.
Supergirl
had a nice, actually pretty good episode this week.
Cool.
We had Indigo as our main villain.
Who's like a Brainiac.
She's Brainiac 8. So she's one of the bodies Brainiac's created.
Yeah.
And she basically ends up getting free. Yeah. And Brainiac's like that, his whole race were just used as supercomputers on Krypton.
And she's kind of like...
And she was like one of the worst prisoners. She was the worst prisoner on Fort Ross.
Yeah.
She basically tried to kill almost like everyone on Krypton or something like that.
And she's working with Non.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's not like working on her own volition.
So she kind of poses as this hacker, tries to get Catco to release all this information. They don't do it. She kind of takes down the whole economic grid of the U.S.
And then she tries to launch a nuke at National City.
Supergirl has to go and stop her. Another thing, we got some drama going on between Jimmy Olsen and what's her
Lucy Lane.
Lucy Lane. They are not having too much fun on the relationship front. She kind of starts to see that Kara and him are
they
obviously have a thing
Lucy,
to each other.
And they don't.
That's right. Yeah.
At the end of the episode, like she finally, because like you can tell there's a love triangle between Jimmy, Kara, and Lucy.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I mean,
and then like she deflects, like Jimmy's ready to tell her, and then he's like, and then she's like, oh no.
She's like, this is done. Yeah, like just immediately.
You obviously love Kara.
And I saw that like as soon as Kara tells her the story about him like getting his dad,
the camera story,
and I saw her face. I'm like, she didn't know that.
Yeah,
she didn't know that. Yeah.
How about Siobhan and?
Dude, that's gonna be interesting. Him and her and Win.
Yeah,
that should be really interesting. Like she's turning into like a really like.
I love how she like randomly open up to him. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, and then I love that he just gave her the. I just love to see Win get some. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
like finally, I was like, Win's
winning.
Yeah, there you go. Like it made me just kind of happy to see him just kind of get her, even though she is kind of a total bitch. But who knows?
That's kind of it.
Another thing. So she tries to launch the nukes. Supergirl stops her. Win installs a virus in her that basically makes her deteriorate.
Oh, and the DEO recruits Win.
That's right, to help out with the whole thing.
And then
then
Martian Manhunter tells Kara that
Hank. No.
No.
Her sister.
Yeah, Alex tells Kara that Martian Manhunter didn't kill Astra. She did. And she kind of like gives.
That was a really cool moment. I gotta say that.
Yeah, she kind of gives her this like
you don't know what she's thinking.
Like this look,
like and kind of a blank stare, and then she gives her a hug and says the whole thing's okay. Hank's about to walk out, and she kind of grabs his hand and goes gives him a nod. I thought it was a very good moment. I gotta admit, they really do have some good actors in the show, and I think
they're shaping up.
It is shaping up.
Agreed.
I could have never said that about the show.
When I first heard about it. The first 5 episodes, I couldn't have said that either.
And Fortress of Solitude.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? I thought it was cool. The thing about it is, number one, the name is I don't like that name.
You don't like Fortress of Solitude?
It's so fucking stupid.
I think it's awesome.
And it's So
they took it very Superman movie style. Bookish. Like the crystals and everything. I mean, there were so many Easter eggs.
What is the Fortress of Solitude exactly?
It's basically it's a piece of his home planet that he expand. Remember in
Man of Steel?
Not in Man of Steel. In the Superman Returns.
I've seen in that.
You know how the kryptonite grow or the crystals grow. Basically, he took parts pieces that were left of his home that came with him of his homeland or his homeworld
and grows it.
Yeah, grows it and makes.
So, but what about that ship in Man of Steel? Isn't that supposed to be? Isn't that kind of like a Fortress of Solitude?
I'm guessing that's going to end up being his Fortress of Solitude. Maybe they're trying to
because that was kind of he was in the middle of the.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. I don't know exactly how they're going to play that out. I kind of would really like to see the Fortress of Solitude in some kind of aspect.
Isn't that where the Justice League convenes too, or is that
no? That's the Hall of Justice.
See, I hate that name too.
They have the Hall of Justice, which is the one that's on Earth, but then they have the Watchtower, which is in space. That I can't wait to see in the movies. The freaking Watchtower.
See, that's a cool name, and I can get behind Avengers Tower and whatever. Hall of Justice is a little corny in my opinion.
Well, it was made back who knows how long ago.
I know.
That's the thing. You got to think about when these things were created. I mean, look at how many superheroes out there that have no just current meaning.
Yeah.
That just really don't fit in today's society. But, you gotta evolve and keep going. But there were a lot of Easter eggs within that scene. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what that ring was with the L on it, but that's definitely something.
I know what that is.
What is it?
Oh, shit, they talk about it. And it's in the flashback in Arrow. You see it in when he goes through. That ring is one of them.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it is. Shit.
Oh, that's awesome that they have a connection to Arrow, though, and everything. That's so cool.
Or not Arrow, Flash.
Or Flash, whatever, Arrow, either one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, definitely.
Moving over to Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, so no Flash or Arrow for a few weeks. We're pretty much just going to go Legends
I'm just going to start this one out. Space Pirates? Or, I'm sorry, Time Pirates?
Yo, the leader is an actual comic guy.
Is he?
Yes. He's a very obscure
comic. But, yeah. So, basically, we kind of get some backstory about Rip and his wife of how, basically, they were both supposed to be time... What are they called?
Masters.
Time Masters again?
I want to say Lords.
I was going to say Time Cop. I was going to say Time Cop. But, yeah, they find out that they were both intending to be Time Masters, but they ended up having this kind of this relationship that's
they're not allowed to have.
Yeah, and they go through this whole thing where they're going to kick them both out, but then she ends up taking full responsibility for it, leaving Rip to kind of do what he always wanted to do and be a Time Master.
And he's a pretty well-known Time Master.
Yeah, he is a very famous guy.
So they're pretty much in the... Oh, what's the zone called?
The neutral zone or the time... Something. The place in between time. Where they hang out sometimes.
Yeah, so that they find another Time Master, that her ship is being taken over by these Time Pirates.
And they need to get the updated time, Matrix information or something off her ship in order for Gideon to find where Vandal Savage is. So they see this as an opportunity to go get that off her ship while rescuing her. They end up taking out the pirates. They get... First off,
there's a lot of drama.
They get ambushed by the pirates.
Yeah.
There's still some people on the other ship.
So Rip, Heatwave... Jax and
Stein
go over and they get captured, and
Stein ends up not getting captured because he stayed on the ship. He ends up freeing all them off the ship, but then Mick, Heatwave, starts to have this whole inner dilemma, like, I'm just going to sell these people out to just get out of here. Like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Like, yeah, he wants to go home.
And you kind of get this little backstory about Captain Cold and him, of how they first met.
In Juvie.
Like,
which I think is a playoff Prison Break, by the way.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, they're in, like, the same position in Prison Break.
He kind of talks about how, like, they were a really good partner. They really did do a very good job of establishing, like, this emotional connection.
I really like what they're doing with them both.
Like, and Rip has this whole thing. He's like, well, why'd you recruit? Like, Heat Wave's like, why'd you recruit me if you wanted me? He's like, I knew you and your partner were a package deal. You're not as smart as a piece of meat, let alone worthy of this team. I just knew you had to come, or else he
wanted Captain Cold, not.
And
Heat Wave.
He just gets all pissed off. Says he'll parlay with the Pirates. He ends up trying to betray the whole team.
Brings him back to the Wave Rider, where the rest of the team's at. Fights Ray
and all them,
and
he's trying to steal something off their ship. They end up stopping him, and then they knock him out. And they're like, "What are we gonna do with him?"
Yeah, but before we get to that, Canary and
that's right. I'm sorry.
Snart have a confrontation. There's a whole breach in their ship, and he tries to freeze it with his freeze gun, and
they run out of charge, and then the bulkheads close.
Yeah, and they're like gonna die, and they kind of have that. They talk about Mick.
Yeah, and that's where you get the whole backstory. Ray ends up going out into space trying to fix the hole from the outside. He almost dies,
and he kisses Kendra.
Dude, that's a cool couple. I like that.
I don't think it's gonna last.
I don't think it is either, but I can get behind it. That girl who plays Kendra, she's really, really cute. I like didn't like she's really cute. Brandon Routh kills it every week. I'm glad he got this role. Because, I mean, you saw him in Superman Returns. I mean, he wasn't the worst part about that movie.
A lot of people hate him
for that. Yeah, and it really isn't his fault. But I like him as an actor.
Oh, yeah.
And I really like them playing off each other.
Real quick, thinking about Superman, I thought about Smallville. The girl who plays Indigo was
it's Supergirl in Smallville. Yeah.
Just going back to it. But
I thought that was cool.
So pretty much the end of the episode is a culmination of, like,
the confrontation
Snart officially dealing with Mick, and he's just like,
because he knows he's a loose cannon.
I can't do this with you. Like, you're dangerous, and you're
putting everything else before us, and like no matter what happens,
this is so not Captain Cold. This is so not him.
And like you can tell, there's
why he wants to do it either. He doesn't tell you like
he's like what happened to you? Like I thought you.
We gotta save the world.
He's like what happened? He's like people change, Mick.
People change, Mick.
And then they really do have this like really powerful like just. He's like, well, what the hell are you gonna do? Only one of us is walking out here.
Somewhere.
Yeah, he's like, we can't drop him back in 2016. Our family's there. Your sister's there. My sister's there. Like we can't do that. And they go, what are you going to do? And he's like,Ll take care of it. So he takes him out in the middle of nowhere.
I'll take care of it, Rip.
And then Stein goes something. He's like, I'll take care of it. Like, he gets really
personal
out of sorts. Yeah, and they have the whole confrontation in the woods. And somewhere and sometime. And he's like, only one of us are walking out of us here alive. And, like, you can tell Captain Cold, he, like, started to tear up. And he's like, I know.
It's going to be me, Mick.
And then he just shoots him. Yeah.
So it looks like he kills him? We don't see a body? Like... What do you think? You think he's dead?
I think he's dead. I mean, I don't...
That's kind of interesting that they kill him off. Like that.
Or, I mean...
Because, like, we're down 2 now, if that's the case.
That's true. I mean, but you heard him say it in the first place. He only wanted Captain Cold. So I guess, like, it really... Alright, I mean, that's about does it for Legends of Tomorrow. It was a very good episode.
The 50s next week.
Nice.
Like Pleasantville.
Nice.
Yeah, they make a Pleasantville joke.
It should be interesting. Moving on, we just got some confirmations for BVS here. We kind of basically already knew about this, but this is just definitely confirmation. Flash and Cyborg are confirmed for a cameo in Dawn of Justice. To what capacity, I do not know.
Is that actually in the final cut or no?
Yeah. So, but this is... Jenna Malone, we have found out, is not playing Barbara Gordon or Batgirl. Zack Snyder said she's not playing Robin or Batgirl. We also found out that her character was cut from the final
so who the hell was she
run through. They didn't tell us. Looks like we're just going to have to wait and see until the extended edition comes out.
Yeah.
Which is, in fact, going to be rated R. And
yeah, I think we talked about that.
Yeah, it's confirmation. So, wondering what's going on. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got some other DC movie stuff. Joseph Gordon-Levitt has dropped out of the Sandman movie. Sandman is a Vertigo comic written by Neil Gaiman. him and I forget which writer were signed on to star and direct the movie. Warner Brothers ended up switching all the Vertigo comic line, which is a subsidiary of DC, to New Line, who is one of their like lower things. Joseph Gordon-Levitt couldn't see eye to eye with them on like what they thought the movie wanted to be, creative differences. He left. Sad to see. Really like Joe Golo. He's my man. Love Looper. Probably one of my favorite movies I've seen in a while.
You'd be a pretty good character in a comic book.
And I think he would have killed it as Sandman, but hey, we won't see it now. Moving on. I wore this shirt today for a reason. Green Lantern won't be in Justice League Part 1, which...
It's fine because they're already overloading it to begin with.
What do you mean it's overloaded? It's the Justice League.
Yeah, but...
How can you overload...
No, sorry. I'm a Batman v
Superman. Oh, no, he's not in... That's already obvious. He's not in that. He's not in Justice League Part 1. They're saying.
That's sorry.
Yeah.
That statement I meant is I feel like they're overloading with the Justice League in just Batman v Superman. Personally. But okay. Going back to
they said he will probably just show up at Part 2, which I mean I could see them like playing into that somehow. I mean he is a space cop. I don't know what he's doing because his whole sector is it's like Earth plus a ton of other planets, like in just a whole other part of the galaxy.
Oh, Hal Jordan, Jon Stewart, and always forget the third one.
Kyle Rayner?
Yeah.
Well, there's like 5 now. We got... If they're doing what they're...
ones from Earth, right?
No, there's 5 Green Lanterns from Earth.
Well, those...
That would be in the movie at this point, yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to show Kyle Rayner right to begin with.
No,
I think definitely I think it's going to be Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan. I don't know if both of them are going to show up in the Justice League movie. He is the character that I'm really wondering about. I want them to do him real good justice. Because...
Jon Stewart? Or Hal?
Just Green Lantern in general. I'll take either one. Like, I just want to see... Hal Jordan mostly, honestly, just because of...
Like, I think Ryan Reynolds did
I didn't think he was... I didn't hate him in that role. The script just wasn't good. And the animated suit, that's a whole nother conversation we can have. But yeah, that's about it. I hope they do Green Lantern justice, just in whatever aspect they decide to put him in. I just want to see something really cool done with the character, because he's an awesome character.
Yeah.
And I want to see that buddy cop movie that we've been rumored to hear about with him and Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Buddy cops in space. I can get behind that. Moving on.
So, we got a little bit of an announcement. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to be coming back on next week. And they were talking about where they're going with the Grant Ward character who was killed off in the last episode of this. That's
the same dude that's in Until Dawn, right?
Yes.
Black,
yeah. That's I
forget his name.
Wow, forget his name. That's so mad. Yeah, he plays Grant Ward. Brett Dalton.
Right.
Brett Dalton. Yeah.
So he is.
So Grant Ward is dead.
Yeah.
That happened.
Okay.
And something took him over. What took him over is Hive. Hive is the main villain from the Secret Warriors comic. He's created by Hydra, and he's literally like an embodiment of the Hydra ideology.
Okay.
Like he's a giant like octopus, and he has like tentacles.
Jesus.
They're not doing him exactly like that,
but they're doing.
But like the alien in him, like you see the tentacle go through his face in one of the points in like the last scene he's in. So they're doing that, and I thought that was very interesting because like Ward has taken like all these turns throughout the show. First, he was so like a loyal S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Then we find out he was Hydra, and he turns into the villain. Now he's an alien villain, like. Pretty cool and interesting to see them like take characters like that. It's kind of like the Reverse Flash in a way, with like Harrison Wells playing or like Tom Cavanaugh playing like two different
things. Yeah.
Interesting. I think it's pretty cool. But their Secret Warriors is going to be the main focus of this next season.
All right, moving on. The Spider-Man spin-off for Venom has been revived over at Sony Pictures. Apparently going into a franchise.
I don't get this.
Why?
I can understand Venom when Spider-Man gets his own film, Venom being the enemy. Venom is Spider-Man's Reverse Flash.
Mm-hmm. Which I think is... See, they haven't even specified if this is going to be in the MCU, but how could it not be? Like, it's... I think it could be cool if they do it the right way, but it is going to be extremely tough to do a Venom movie.
It doesn't make any sense why they'd want to do that.
Because he's a very well-known character that when you think of Spider-Man, Venom's right behind him. I could see them playing him as like an anti-hero. They could do something really cool with like the internal struggle with like Eddie Brock and like dealing with the Venom symbiote. If they play it in a right way, in like a cool light, I think they could do something really nice with this movie, or something very interesting. I just want to see how it fits in the greater scheme of things, and exactly what the whole arcing story will be. If he's just going to get the suit and like going to be dealing with it, or he's going to already have it because he's showed up in Spider-Man already. We'll see how that goes.
Did you like Venom in 3?
How they did him? Like, looks-wise or just in general?
Everything.
I mean...
I thought it was good. I liked Venom.
I think they could have gotten way cool... If they expanded on it a little bit more, I think it could have been cool. I didn't... What was his name that played him? Tobey Maguire? No, that's who plays Spider-Man. The guy, Eric Foreman, whatever the hell that guy's name is, played him. I think they could have gotten a better actor, to be honest. The suit was cool. I didn't hate the webbing on it or anything like that.
And it was animated.
But
like Venom...
It's hard to do that.
Has to be. Has to be.
The way that they did do it when his like face would peel back and like you saw it was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool.
But I would really like to see them do him justice even more so. Like I think he needs to just be the villain. Like he should be Spider-Man's first villain.
He should.
And
then they should do Carnage.
And then or even have like they could have them both in it.
They don't need to do Doc Ock yet.
No,
they don't need to do Green
Mysterio.
Goblin.
I'd like to see.
I would like to see Green Goblin as an Avenger thing.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because Norman Osborn is huge in the Avengers. He creates the Dark Avengers. He does like all the stuff against the Avengers, and I think it would just be a good op after Thanos.
Gotcha. All right, yeah. Well, I mean, it should be interesting. Don't have any dates or anything like that now down, but we'll see where it goes. Moving on.
Agent Carter season 2 finale trio. What'd you think?
I totally forgot to watch this. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Yeah. This is the one because it's not on my DVR. I was looking through. I just noticed it.
You suck.
It's on my DVR that I usually have everything, and I look through there to see what shows I'm watching, and I forgot to record that one. What happened?
So, I wasn't too thrilled.
Really?
One, we'll just start this. Agent Carter's not been revived for season 3.
Yeah.
So this might be it.
Yeah.
Pretty much, they set up a trap for Frost. They get her. They figure out a way to open the rift again, and she kind of gets that like signal, and she goes to it, and that's where they kind of like trap her. Wilkes gets the black matter pulled out of him. You know what that reminds me of, by the way? Symbiote.
Like Venom?
The symbiote.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
It does look like very like, what the hell is that?
It makes sense if it would, I mean, like, you know, it could be it.
I don't think it is, only because,
but, like, it works a lot like
it. As in, like, looks-wise, yeah, no, I totally see what you're saying.
Yeah, so he gets his I was going to say symbiote, his zero matter pulled out of him. She gets the zero matter pulled out of her, and, like, she goes insane, and, like, they're pretty much, like, they arrest her, and she's, like, she tries to, like, claw her face apart in, like, an insane asylum, and she's in, like, a straight jacket, like, talking to herself. Jesus. At the end. That's
Any resolve with Red Foreman? Oh no, wait, he died.
He's
in the
dead.
last one.
Yeah. So Peggy's thinking about staying in LA, and she kind of like does. She was going to go back to New York, but she's not. Jack's ready to go back, and he's like in his hotel room, like getting ready. And, like, someone, like, comes in his room, shoots him, like, in the chest. We don't know if he's dead. We don't, like, he just gets shot. And he takes that file on Carter that he had, and, like, that's it. So, like, that's supposed to be open for season 3. Oh, and remember that lapel pin, too?
Yeah.
They find out that that's a key. Like, Jack has it, and he, like, twists it, and it turns into a key. So, like, that's another thing that would be a season 3. But, like, honestly, the finale wasn't strong, in my opinion. It just kind of, like, ended.
I got you.
And
I see, that's the thing. Like, I totally forgot. I have been enjoying this season a lot more than the last one, I will admit, for Agent Carter. I really like Haley Atwell. She kills it. And the whole time period they're in is, like, very cool. I like that 50s. Is it 50s vibe? Or is it 50s? 40s?
40s.
But, like, that, I like that whole era, and I mean, for what you're describing, it does sound like a very lukewarm ending. I even did. I do remember reading the review for IGN. And they didn't give it too good of a.
It just kind of ends because like the season isn't renewed, so like
you don't know.
Only establish a little bit. Honestly, I would not mind if it didn't get renewed. I like it,
but at the same time, it's like it can end. Like you don't need to see it again.
There was only supposed to be one season. There wasn't supposed to be a second season. And again, like, it did the thing where, like, the overarching plot didn't feed
you enough,
or feed my world
building enough. Yeah,
world building needs. Where like same with the first season, I was like, well, what does that have to do with anything we've talked about?
And they said there was like a big Doctor Strange connection this season, but I didn't see much.
Maybe the Zero Matter.
Maybe. All right, well, that about does it for Agent Carter. Moving on, this is something that I'm just kind of happy to hear about. Marvel has no plans for R-rated films.
Good, and they shouldn't.
And there's no reason to. Like, who cares? We don't need enough. Let's put it this way: if they came up with something that was deemed necessary to have a rated R, an R rating, sure, do it. But don't just make it to make it.
Just to not copy Deadpool, but like try to like
renew that success on something else that doesn't need it. Like Deadpool needed the rated R, needed the R rating, and used it exactly how it needed to. No more, no less. And that's why it worked. Anyways, moving on to Gooch's favorite news of the week. Thief, the video game, Gooch's favorite video game, is being made into a movie. Square Enix this is one of their many film properties they're trying to get pushed into a film. They're rebooting Lara Croft for the movies.
Which would be cool.
Yeah, which should be cool. Good, they did Hitman already, which I heard was okay. Bad. Did you see it?
It was bad.
You didn't like it at all?
No, I didn't see it, but I heard it was bad.
I'll still see it. Did you like the first one that they made? With, what's his name? The guy from Law?
It's been a long time since I've watched it, but...
I actually didn't hate... Timothy Olyphant is his name. I didn't hate that one, but then again, who knows? There was one more thing I wanted to put in here, but I didn't get a chance to. It looks like the Assassin's Creed movie's sequel is already in the works.
Really?
And what's it called? So they must be pretty confident with what's going on there.
We still haven't seen the trailer.
I don't think we will for a while. It's not supposed to come out till December.
True.
So we'll see.
We haven't even gotten a teaser, though.
Speaking of trailers, we got the first Ghostbusters reboot trailer. Gooch, what are your thoughts?
I have no reason to be excited for it, and I have no reason to hate on it, because I wasn't impressed with the trailer.
You were neither impressed nor disimpressed, is what you're saying.
A lot of people hated this trailer. A lot of hate on this trailer. Yeah. A lot of hate on this movie. Even before this trailer, people were like... Not even the fact that it's a female cast.
I think that, honestly, has 100% to do with why. I don't care that it's a female cast. A lot of guys who saw this movie when it came out, or the original Ghostbusters, it was a full male cast, and I think that really has a big thing to deal with why people are hating this movie.
Really?
I think it's 100%.
I hate Melissa McCarthy. I'll say it right now. Fucking hate her.
Really? I think she's
always falls into this stupid, fat, funny girl archetype, and I don't like it.
I think she's gotten away with that. Did you see Spy?
Yeah.
I thought it was
she's
funny as shit.
She's the same fucking role.
I don't think it was.
Fat, funny girl who's not that attractive, and she like falls into this dumb... I don't like it.
I thought Spy was honestly one of the funniest movies I've seen in a while. Maybe it was because of Jason Statham.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually like really funny.
Jude Law.
That's right. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know. I think it could be cool. They got Chris Hemsworth. I didn't hate the trailer. It rang very Ghostbustery to me. It looks like they're acknowledging the old movies because they said 30 years ago scientists saved New York City from ghosts. Ghosts. I think the ghosts look very Ghostbustery.
What's his face is in it? Slimy or whatever the hell his name is?
Yeah, the slime ghosts from the first one.
Yeah.
I think they look very Ghostbustery ghosts, in my opinion. I'll wait to pass judgment. I guess until I see it.
The trailer had nothing for me to be like, wow, I want to see that movie. There was nothing in that trailer. I didn't think the trailer was well put together at all. To be honest, it didn't get anything out of me. They did the wrong things with the trailer, and trailers matter.
I don't think they did the wrong things. I just think it's...
Look at the, what's it called trailer with Batman v Superman.
I think they were just kind of set up to fail to begin with. I really think the female cast is the biggest reason people are hating on this movie.
I don't know why.
There's
no reason to reboot Ghostbusters. That's another thing.
Do you think that's just something that should have been left in its time period? Would you never want to...
You know how they did Oz the Great and the Powerful? They didn't really have to do that at all.
No.
But they're never going to reboot Wizard of Oz. It's a movie they can't fucking touch.
No, they can't. They really can't.
There are some movies that you literally just can't
put your fingers on, yeah.
And like Wizard of Oz is a perfect example of a movie that it has a lot of critical acclaim, like a lot of things behind it that you can't just do.
I'll just leave it at this. I neither hated nor really... I thought this trailer was alright. I thought it was fine. Did what it was going to do for me. I really don't know what to expect from this movie. I don't mind Kristen Wiig. It looks like all the tech seems really cool in it. Like all the new
who? I know one of the black girl Patty's from the Orange is the New Black, right?
I don't know.
Am I wrong?
She might be in the later episodes. I've only seen like a couple.
I've never seen Orange is the New Black.
It's an okay show.
What about the other white girl?
Which one? Oh, the blonde hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's from SNL. I forget her name.
Yeah, I don't know her.
She's okay. I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
But yeah, we'll see.
I mean, I don't know. This is
in July.
We'll go see it. Obviously,
it's either gonna suck
or it's gonna be a sleeper hit. But we don't know.
But it's not.
I mean, everyone loved what's his name, Paul Feig. He did Bridesmaids and all those movies.
He's directing it.
Yeah, that's the guy who's directing it.
Well, that's why Kristen Wiig did it.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll just see where it goes. And that looks like it about does it for us today.
Yeah, that's it for this week.
Check us out. Facebook, you know we're there.
Everything Entertainment with Gooch and Trio.
Gonna look into making a Twitter, I said last week. Follow us on there. When I get it up, I'll give you the hashtag, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we're looking
into some advertisement and stuff like that.
Yeah, into better advertising the podcast and kind of getting it more out there. We're working on it.
Check me out on Movie Pilot, Chris Trio. I will be writing something about 10 Cloverfield Lane this week. I'm going to see it Wednesday. Got a nice early screening.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Thank you to Movie Pilot.
We'll get your input.
Should be interesting. All right, that does it. I've been Trio.
And I've been Gooch.
Have a good one, guys.